Well, super friends, it finally showed up on my doorstep, the DC Multiverse Lynda Carter Wonder Woman. Let's have a peek at her, shall we? So to start with, the packaging for this figure is exactly what we've come to expect from current wave DC Multiverse figures, being the blue motif as opposed to the red, although because this is the signature collection, all of the DC logos and stuff like that, and her name are actually in gold with gold trim as opposed to white, but other than that, it's exactly the same. Big window, you can see the figure on the inside, images of Lynda Carter Wonder Woman on both sides of the box, same one as the front and also as on the back here, Flash and Batman. Here's a stock image of what I can only assume is the prototype Wonder Woman figure, although there's no big lines down her leg here where the seams of the plastic came together. And we have a write up here at the top here. Lynda Carter portrays Wonder Woman in the 1970s TV series, a strong and intelligent Amazon princess. She takes down enemies employing her indestructible bracelets, boomerang tiara, and lasso of truth. In her quest for peace and justice, she travels the world in her invisible jet. Right, and with all that covered, let's open her up and have a look on the inside. Here's what you get. Ah, heck, so I'm taking Wonder Woman out of the package here, and her cape, oh my god, has tape on it. They taped her cape to the packaging. Seriously. And this is not the kind of fabric that you would want to ever put tape on. Let's hope that it comes off and doesn't rip. Ah, look at that. Really? The stickiest tape in the universe on the edge of fabric that hasn't been sewn? Really? Seriously, look at that. It's right on the fabric like that, right on the corner. That means all these edges are going to fray. So a word of advice, please be careful when you open up your Wonder Woman figure, because this is going to be, oh god, careful. I did that as careful as I could. Nope, not happy with this packaging decision. Now you have sticky tape residue as well all over the fabric. This was a bad decision. So once extracted, you get this here card that goes on this here action figure base that you can just stick it on like that, and it ends up being kind of a backdrop for when you want to put the figure on it. Now the action figure stand that Wonder Woman is standing on also doubles as something that you can actually hold all the unused foot pegs that it comes with. They just fit right inside and you can just hide them like that. Also, she has this piece here that attaches in like that, and this fits right into Wonder Woman's back. So you can have her kind of dangle in there like she's dinner for a big slimy creature. Hi! Then we have her ceremonial, very American looking kind of cloak dealio that she comes with. The fabric for this is kind of a sort of cheapish fabric, and it's just been cut nice and smooth, so the cut is nice. However, I do want to warn you that, I mean, when I pulled the tape off mine, it just totally fringed the ends right up. That's terrible. And over time, this is the kind of fabric that will do that along these edges here. They will fray, they will begin to look kind of ratty and nasty, so you got to be careful with it. I like the design of it, not super happy with the fabric, but it is what it is. That's what she came with. And finally, she came with these two extra hands. These are the open hands as opposed to the ones that she comes with on the body, which are closed hands. And that's it. That's the sum total of what she comes with, everything you see here. The figure itself looks fantastic fresh out of the package. I love the flesh tone that they've used for Wonder Woman. It looks really, really nice and fleshy. The actual details on her suit are all sculpted in. You got some wrinkles here in her boots. The lines of her boots here are actually sculpted on here at the front. Same thing for the top where it meets her legs. All the stars on her outside trunks are also sculpted on. And same thing with the eagle motif, the gold motif on the front here. That's all sculpted on detail as well. I love the color palette, the bright red, the brighter blue, the gold. She just looks fantastic all the way around. And even when you look at her bracelets here, the stars have been sculpted on. So literally every detail they could sculpt onto this figure, they did, which means this entire Wonder Woman is completely new tooling, which is fabulous. I'm so glad they did that with this figure. Lynda Carter Wonder Woman's face sculpt looks fantastic as well. Looks very much like they used that face scan technology because she just looks amazing. The facial features are soft. They're very Lynda Carter-ish. The eyes are painted nicely. The hair, how it sits on the shoulders, the texture of everything just looks absolutely fantastic. I love it. This Wonder Woman's articulation is going to be as follows. Her head is on a ball peg. There's not a whole lot of articulation because that's the nature of having harder kind of sculpted on hair. That's just what it is. Shoulders are on that classic hinge swivel, exactly what you expect. The biceps are also on a swivel and they can go around 360. Single jointed elbows that can go almost but not quite 90 degrees. Whoop, I'm here taking photos, which you'll see at the end of the video. And I noticed that she has rotation at the elbows as well. They were really stiff and I missed them, but there you go. So they go almost 90 degrees and they spin. Cool. Then you have the wrists, which are on a swivel and also on a hinge. She's got an ab crunch for crunching, a tornado waist for a full 360 turn, ball jointed groin as is customary for the Multiverse. She also has articulation up here at the top of the leg via a thigh cut, double jointed knees, and oh my god, do those things ever crunch up. Oh my... I just wasn't expecting that. That's like, those are the crunchiest double knees I've seen in a long time. Sorry, I just really like these knees. I was surprised they were so crunchy. Then her ankles are on the hinge that is also a pivot. So there's lots of articulation. From the groin down, this Wonder Woman has a buttload of articulation, and also from the top up. I think that she has a perfect amount of articulation for probably most people. Not as much as some people that prefer the elite level action figures, but I certainly am satisfied with the amount of posability she has. Hi! Moving on to comparisons, here she is next to the Total Heroes Wonder Woman and also the new Multiverse Rebirth Wonder Woman. And now the Mattel New 52 on the left and the DC Universe Classics on the right, followed by the Superpowers Wonder Woman on the left and the DC Icon 7-pack on the right. And of course here she is next to the other Signature Collection series figures, Val Kilmer Batman and John Wesley Shipp Flash. And finally, here she is standing alongside the NECA Christopher Reeve Superman figure. I would have included Adam West Batman, but as you can see here, we encountered some problems during filming. His knee broke. That's NECA for you. Generally a good-looking figure, the NECA ones are, except for brittle as brittle can be. Now, as for where you can find this figure and how much she's going to cost, that's going to vary from place to place. If you buy this from Toy Wiz, it's going to cost a lot more than, say, if you buy it from Big Bad Toy Store. And if you go to Evil Bay, you're probably going to be paying like $50 for this figure. I live in Canada, so it's actually quite tricky for me to get my hands on Mattel figures. I either need to pre-order them from someplace that gets them really, really quick, or luck out and find them in the store. However, I haven't seen her anywhere yet in Canada. Anywhere. But if you're a Lynda Carter Wonder Woman fan, I absolutely think you should try and track her down. At this point, she's the only Lynda Carter Wonder Woman action figure I've ever seen that actually looks like Lynda Carter. So, as far as having a Wonder Woman figure based on that classic 70s TV show, she's it. But that's it, that's my simplistic review of the Lynda Carter Wonder Woman action figure from the DC Comics Multiverse line. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like on it. Leave any comments you have down in the comment section below. If you'd like to see more of my face and hands show up in your inbox, you know what that big red button does. Click it, ding the bell to get notified of when I put out new videos, and I will see you with the next one. Thanks for watching. As always, super friends, take care.